Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the GameCast NewsCast. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. Joining me is not Max. He's not turned up because, he's unreliable and useless. What? Who said that? Joining me instead, though, he's back on the newscast after a good few months. We have Vox again. Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know you missed my voice. I know all of you missed my voice because everybody loves me. And not Max.
Yes. Okay. So, that's that. Right. Vox, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, dear. Well, what I've been playing this week has been a combination of old games. And by old, I don't mean, freaking, Witcher 1 or Age of Empires 2. No, I'm talking about, The Witcher 3. Come on, folks. That's a golden game that nobody's ever going to get tired of. I've been playing. Yeah,
That's not an old game.
Yeah, well, I mean, old to some people because, it's what?
It came out
3
like
something years old
3
now?
years ago, tops.
Yeah, but I mean, it still looks bloody amazing. Anyway, my
it
save
does,
file...
but
It does.
it's not old.
But, I mean, by technological standards, it's considered old. Anything older than a year is considered old.
Right. I actually bought the last expansion pack that I was missing the other day because they had it on sale on GOG, so I finished it off.
I was lucky enough to get the the golden edition or whatever. It just
Game of the Year,
everything. Yeah, Game of the Year. There we go. So
yeah, I bought. I think I bought it not far off launch, or like its first proper sale after launch. So I ended up, just with the base edition, and it just took me ages to bother to get everything. I've still not played more than like a couple of hours of it either. I feel like I should play more.
It is, yes, you should. It's an amazing game with an amazing story.
I got to the first Gwent thing and I was just like,
Well, I mean, you don't have to play Gwent, although I do recommend it. It's
I know
very
you
fun.
don't have to, but, Well, I mean, you do have to play that first game, don't you?
No, actually, you don't. I didn't even know there was a first game until my recent, me starting it up again, because my save file got corrupted, so I had to start all the way from the beginning. I lost hundreds of hours of gameplay.
Oh no.
That was lovely. Well, I mean, it's not so bad. It's nostalgic.
It's not great though, is it?
No, it's not great at all, but let's just call it nostalgic for the sake of keeping me sane. The other game I've been playing is Skyrim. I'm a total Skyrim junkie. I love mods. I love modding the hell out of my game till it crashes, and then I start the process all over again. Somebody please help me. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing, but enough about me. Count, let's talk about you and your glorious beard. What have you been playing?
My beard hasn't been playing anything, because that would be slightly creepy. It
would be impressive, though.
I don't know if impressive is the right word. What have I been playing? I've been playing, specifically today, the open beta for The Crew 2. I played about an hour of it, and most of that hour was spent waiting for the game to initialize properly and open. And the rest of it was just me being a little bit underwhelmed by it.
The way you're describing it, it sounds exactly like the first Crew game, so... nostalgia.
Ooh, throw in some shade there. Yeah, I played it. It's a very pretty looking, very hollow feeling game, and the driving model is not one that I enjoy. It's quite floaty, and simultaneously it feels like so arcadey that it's unrealistic, and also that I don't have a huge amount of control over it. See, either I'm really shit or it's not a very good model. And considering I've played games like, there's a game called Wreckfest that's just come out of early access. That's got one of the best driving models I've played in a game in a while, and definitely the best destruction model I've played in a while. This game felt so much worse than that.
Geez. So let's recap. Pretty hollow, handles like crap, and very floaty. Are you talking about a game or my exes? I'm starting to lose. I'm having trouble distinguishing whether you're talking about video games or my exes. But so tell me more about Wreckfest, because I was planning on buying this game, but I don't know. I just didn't really.
Well,
I wanted a second opinion.
So, I bought this game years and years and years ago when it was in a very early alpha, and it was called Next Car Game. I bought it based on the tech demo, which was showing off the destruction engine more than anything, which is still amazing. It was amazing back then, and it's amazing now. But the driving was a little bit it was too heavy and clunky at the time. And, I was still happy with the purchase, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll come back to that. And then it died for for a good 18 months. And then I found out about 3 or so months ago, the company had been bought by THQ, and they'd brought the game back to life, completely revamped it, new engine, new driving model, same destruction model, and gave it a lot of focus now. It's so much better. So you play through a set of cups, and the money you gain in that is used to buy your cars and the upgrades to the cars, and there's loads of different types of cars in it, and there's different types of races. So you got normal track races, lawnmower races, weirdly, destruction derbies, lawnmower destruction derbies, and dirt races.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I must have had a chunk of brimstone stuck in my ear. Did you say lawnmower races?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Here's my next question. Why?
That's a very good question to which I don't know the answer.
Lawnmower races.
It's a bit weird. They used to handle like shit and tip over really easily, and when you tip over on the lawnmower, the race ends. But they've fixed they're a bit more stable now, so that's a bit better. However, it has made the the lawnmower destruction derbies a lot harder, because it's a lot harder to tip the opponents over now.
Do these races take place in West Virginia by any chance? Because that is the only place I can imagine ever having any type of lawnmower race. I mean, come on.
It usually takes place in a very arid, dusty dirt track. Does that sound like West Virginia? I don't know.
Well, sounds like certain parts of West Virginia, not gonna lie. Okay, well, I mean, the fact that THQ or THQ Nordic, or is it the same thing now? I'm
THQ Nordic specifically, if you want to get into details on it. I want to tell you how much it costs at the moment, because the Steam sale has started. Unfortunately, though, because every fucker and his dog is currently on Steam, because the Steam sale has started, it's running like utter dog shit. Yeah. Just not working at all.
Steam sales, dog shit. Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's running like, the whole server's running like arse at the moment, so wait for an hour or so. You can get into it occasionally. So, if at some point I find out how much it costs, I'll let you know.
Every now and then I can glimpse through the veil and see the slightest glimmer of a Steam sale.
Yeah.
Just out of reach.
What else have I played this week? I have also played, the final thing I'll talk about then is it's Wipeout Omega Collection on the PS4, because I bought a PS4 Pro a few weeks ago, and I found that on sale for £11 on the PlayStation Store, so I thought I'd go for that. And
Wipeout, is it that goofy
it's the Zero G
game?
racing stuff.
Ah, okay. There's another game. It's kind of based on a goofy show here in the States. I think it's called Wipeout
No,
as
it's.
well.
I don't think it's that. No, no. This is sort of zero G racing, and this specific one is a remaster of the first three games, and it looks really nice. It gives me happy feelings.
I I don't want to know about your happy feelings, Count. I really
Yeah,
don't.
you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, it gives me immensely happy feelings. It is a gorgeous game. The controls, while they're floaty, but in this instance, that's intentional and it works.
Yeah,
um,
if something wasn't floating in zero gravity, I'd have concerns.
yeah, they're difficult to get used to, but I really do genuinely like them, and I think it's a really fun little game. It's become this last week. It's my game just to sit down and relax and play. So yeah, I definitely, if you have a PS4, recommend getting that. So I
Well,
think.
I do not have a
Okay.
PS4, so
Oh, well, you
I
should get
can't.
a PS4 then. So that's what we've been playing this week, and let's move on to the first story of the show. Rocket League, a very, very fun game, is, it's got increasingly focused on the esports scene for the last sort of year of its life, which is good. Now, though, they're taking a leaf from Fortnite's book and adding in what they're calling a Rocket Pass, which is basically the same as the Battle Pass from Fortnite, which will allow you to sell a pass for each new in season of content released throughout the year. If you pay it, you'll get extra cosmetic rewards as you play. There's a free version of the Rocket Pass as well, which everyone gets. There's customization options, banners, title, and decryptors. Premium upgrade is $10 for each season, and you get more of that stuff, plus car bodies and XP boosts.
Oh god. So what is it with every massively multiplayer dev and their grandmother suddenly moving to this pass thing? It's like, oh, loot boxes are out of style. Now we're moving on to passes, which
It
is
seems
the
to be the
exact
new thing, doesn't it?
same
Yeah.
bloody thing.
I mean, it's not the exact same thing because you do know what you're getting when you buy it.
But it's more money. You already bought the bloody game.
I gotta say, yeah,
Stop
this
adding.
isn't like Fortnite where it's a free to play game. Rocket League still costs $20.
Exactly.
Like, they haven't lowered that price point in a couple of years. I mean, I still like Rocket League. I still enjoy Rocket League and play Rocket League quite frequently. But I'm hesitant to do that. I was happy to sort of buy the DLC cars when they were first doing those. Like, that had me sort of like, hey, I want to support the extra. I want to support this game because it's a really good game. I'm going to give them a bit of extra money. But then they started taking the piss with it a little bit. Because, like, when they first did it, the DLC cars were related to the things they'd added. Like, when they added the desert map, they added desert-themed cars. When they added the underwater map, they added underwater-themed cars. And then they just went, hey, look, here's a load of cars you can buy now. And that put me off. I think I've only bought a couple of those. There's like 20.
Honestly, maybe I'm just thinking of it in a very backward way. Maybe I'm just stuck in that old mindset of once you buy a game, unless it's DLC and, like, worthy DLC, just stop. No, now they're just adding unnecessary items. I mean, sure, it's cosmetic, but I mean, that's literally it. It's cosmetic.
I mean, yeah, that's literally like the only thing that has any sort of difference in the game is the body, the car bodies, because they have different hitboxes. That's the only sort of effect that these things have. But still,
I feel like they should just add these things and give you the option of buying them if you don't want to grind out a little and earn it yourself. I mean, that model I'd be okay with. But this whole pass thing now,
Yeah, not a fan overly, especially not if it's sort of exclusive. If it's including stuff that's exclusive, then I'm annoyed with it, which is certainly what it sounds like they're doing.
I feel like everybody's just following this annoying EA model at this point, and it's not a good way of going about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to cause another video game crash. Obviously, we weren't alive back then, but what was it, the video game crash of the 80s or something? When video games started taking off, and then they just started producing mass-produced content and crap like they're doing nowadays.
I mean, we've been saying that for a while, that it's going to happen, like another one's going to happen, and it doesn't seem to be happening yet. So, I don't know. But yeah, I think the thing is, this is an extension of what Rocket League were already doing, just adding a money element to it, because they had season-based content. Like, at the moment, they have a season thing running, where when you play online games, you get, like, a special currency, quote unquote, that is used to buy special season-themed cosmetics. Obviously, you can't buy that currency. It's literally just by playing the game, and you get that. But
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. But then they've done this, and I don't know if I like it. Again, they say if there's a free one that you get, which everyone gets, it includes things. But the premium upgrade will net you more of the above. So the way this is being phrased says to me that they're gating content behind each thing, instead of saying, "Oh, you just get it all now," which is the one thing which is why I quite like Fortnite's pass model, because it's not going, "I'm going to lock off the content for people who don't buy it." It's going, you get it if you pay, you get it now, and you don't have to grind for it. And that's fine to me, especially in a free game. But in this, it's a bit more egregious, I think.
I feel like when any game starts including phrases such as premium or exclusive or, pass, the moment they start including those phrases in their games, you're going down a slippery slope.
Yeah. Managed to get to the Steam store homepage. Goodness me.
Now, you managed to get there, but are the images loading?
Just about. However, I have not managed to get to an app homepage. I've just managed to get to... Oh, no, wait. Briefly loaded, and I pressed F5 by accident.
You fool.
Come on. Come back. Come back to me.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
Fuck me.
No, thank you.
You know you want to, really. Oh my god, no. Why have you done this? Wreckfest come out of early access, and oh my god, I thought it was a bit expensive at £30, $40. It is now £39, $50. And it's not even on sale on the Steam sale.
Yeah, over in the States it's worth $45, I think.
I paid £20 for it when I bought it years ago.
Well, that just shows to go you.
Yeah.
It's better to invest early.
I maintain this is a really good game. It's a really nice driving model. It's a really nice everything. But it is not worth that much money. That is obscene. Oh, not a fan.
Yeah,
not a fan of that.
I'm just gonna wait for Cyberpunk 2077. That's what I'm gonna splurge on.
Yeah, don't blame me. That, by all accounts of people who have seen it, including Max, actually, looks real good.
I'm really eager to see how... Actually, no. I don't know if I should spoil it for you and others who haven't completed The Witcher. Never mind. I said nothing. Cut this part out.
Okay. I'm not going to cut that out, actually. I'm just going to leave that in there.
Damn it.
I'm just going to leave your goof in there just to show you up.
You know, it doesn't surprise me, Count. You cruel, cruel
I mean,
blackguard.
I'm
You.
not the only one who has to look incompetent on this channel. You know, someone else has to as well.
Yeah, like Max. Oh wait, he's not here.
Exactly. So, you know, the burden falls upon you, I'm afraid.
We could just make it all fall upon Max, given that he's not here. I'm just saying, he's such a good target.
My God, Max, he spoiled The Witcher 3 for me. Why would you do that, Max?
Exactly.
It's completely your fault, Max. Definitely your fault.
That
God.
Max guy sucks, you know.
Oh, jeez, what a dick.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Rocket League's getting a rocket pass, and I'm not a fan. Yeah. Yeah.
Rocket League getting a rocket pass can shove that rocket pass straight up their rocket ass.
It's an oldish game, but come on. Not needed, especially the amount of money that game's making on being an esport. Does not need this shit at all. So, whatever. Bye-bye. So Sony are pieces of shit, aren't they?
Oh, of course. Right next along with EA.
Yes, definitely. And they're particularly pieces of shit this week because we found out that we knew they didn't like crossplay, but we didn't know they didn't like it this much. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh my.
You're right there, George Takei. So, Vox, do you know do you know the story about this? Do you know what it is?
Only somewhat. I've only heard snippets here and there. I do know that Sony does not particularly like crossplay in general with any games, but they're being particularly stubborn about Fortnite, and they're locking players out of their own accounts if they have it on other platforms.
Yes. So, to get into specifics then. Fortnite, at E3, they were like, hey, Fortnite's now on Switch. Great. That's cool. If you want to go play that, go play that. I downloaded it, and I've still not played it. I haven't touched Fortnite at all, even though I have it downloaded on my Switch. But anyway, I don't know if it's required to play Fortnite, but you can make an Epic Games account, because that's who publishes Fortnite. And if you have an Epic Games account, you can have, all your progress is tied to that account, and it does also mean that if you play it, say, on PC and on Switch, then your progress and your items just sort of carry over between that, so you can play it on multiple different platforms. The PS4, however, wants to be different. They actually did this, speaking of Rocket League, they did this with Rocket League last year, even though all they have to do is press a switch, effectively, to go, hey, we allow cross-platform play. They just said no. What happens in this instance, though, is once your PS4 has activated Fortnite and has linked to your Epic Games account, you cannot use that Epic Games account to play Fortnite on anything other than PS4 or PC. So if you get it on Xbox, or if you get it on Switch, and you try and play it, you try and log into your Epic Games account, and you've used it on PS4 even just once, a year ago, and completely forgot about it, that PS4 login has completely infected your account, and you can't get into it on a different platform. Not only that, you can unlink these console things from your Epic Games account. Go, hey, I just want to unlink this PS4. I don't want to play on that anymore. However, you still can't activate it. You still can't play on Switch or on Xbox, even if you unlink your PS4 from it. Because it's it's infected your Epic Games account.
Do you smell that, Snowy? It's the scent of
Salt?
A lawsuit brewing. Well, salt and a lawsuit
lawsuit
potentially brewing. That's a very
The thing is,
parchment smell.
could they actually?
I mean,
there be a lawsuit about this? You
I
might know more about it than
honestly,
me.
if I don't know any more about it, but if we're talking strictly in legal terms, It sounds like there could be a basis for one, especially if you've invested money into your Epic Games account and then unknowingly decide to play on PlayStation and then you want to go back. That is money that's lost. That is money that is not Sony's, and yet they're taking it for themselves in a certain way. Even though it's all going to Epic Games in the end, they're still blocking you from being able to enjoy the content that you paid for. So, if we look at it from that angle, again, please, anybody who's listening to this, I'm not an attorney. Do not take my legal advice for granted, or do not, take it with a pinch of Snowy's salt, because if you try to use this in court and you fail, don't come running back at me. But if just common sense, then again, since when does the law base itself on common sense? But anyway, I digress. It smells like it has potential for a lawsuit.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that, definitely. Because
Sony, please don't sue me.
It's the whole they didn't warn anyone about it, I think. That's what it is. It's getting people.
Yes, I'm pretty sure, like, if, for example, if you tried to log in on PS4 and then it said, like, warning, if you play on the PS4, this will unlink the rest of your accounts and you'll only be able to play it exclusively on PS4 before being able to fully log in, then I would be able to say, oh, I'm not going to play it on PS4. But if there's no warning beforehand, I don't know. That's a little fishy to me.
Yeah, definitely agree. And yeah, it seems that a lot of people agree with us, because if you've actually seen any of Sony's Twitter feed this week, doesn't matter what they're announcing, whether it's good or bad, what they're putting on there, just the comments, the replies to the tweets are only about crossplay in Fortnite, nothing else, which I find quite funny. Because, fuck developers that do bullshit.
Oh, I agree. That's how the public works, doesn't it? Once they focus on something, good God, good luck having them let it go.
Yeah. Gotta have a good lynch mob occasionally.
Yeah,
but yeah,
for example,
there is...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna make a joke, but, at this point it's ruined. Thanks, Count. So go ahead.
That's fine. Yeah, they're getting a lot of criticism for this, and rightly so. I feel like because they're the leading console at the moment in terms of the market, I feel like they're just they feel like they don't have to care because, hey, look, we sold 80 million PS4s. So what the fuck do we need to care about this? Whereas if the rumor mill is true and sort of the next year or two will be announcing the next generation of consoles, they're gonna find themselves going into that generation with a lot of bad PR, which isn't going to help them. Regardless of the system itself that they come out with in the end, that's gonna happen.
True, very true. But at this point, I think Sony's in such a position in terms of their money where even with bad PR, they'll still sell a crap load of units. So even though they're shooting themselves in the foot, I think at this point they can literally afford not to care, which sucks.
Yeah. Not great. Still, according to an ex-Sony developer, though, John Smedley, the ex-boss of the PlanetSide 2 development team, and anyway. So, yeah, it's an ex-Sony dev who said, basically, the only reason for this is money. And I'll quote him here. He said, "When I was at Sony, the stated reason internally was for money. They didn't like someone buying something on Xbox and it being used on PlayStation. Simple as that. Dumb reason, but there it is." So basically, they don't want you to have bought Fortnite cosmetics, because obviously, if whatever platform you buy it through gets a cut of that sale, because, that's how these things work. So they don't want you having bought something somewhere else and then come over to PlayStation to play it. But at the same time, to actually go as far as to infect not even like a first party, a third party account, an account by another company, to go in and infect that is extreme, to say the least.
You know, the way they're doing this, it kind of reminds me of, have you heard of ransomware?
Yes. I know what you mean, actually. Yeah,
me,
that does kind of remind me of that, yeah.
It reminds me of ransomware, except they're not offering a ransom note. They're just saying, nope, it's mine now.
Yeah, they really are, aren't they? It's not good. It's really not good what they're doing at all.
Well, I feel like the European countries are going to have a field day with this, because essentially they are depriving clients of their hard-earned
yeah, definitely.
items. Yeah, and so Europe having a more strict internet law, I think they'll say something about this, given the whole loot box thing recently.
Don't get me started on Europe and internet laws. They're trying to pass one at the moment, and it's hideous.
Oh, yeah, the whole copywriting meme stuff.
Yeah, it's not a good thing they're trying to do there. Gonna be honest, a bit ill-informed. Still,
quickly count. Start firing off memes while you still can.
I am not a meme lord, unfortunately. I cannot do that.
Damn.
Oh God. Anyway, yeah. I want to stop talking about Sony now because they're annoying me. I want to not have to think about the fact that they're being shit. So.
Oh, but Count, you're always gonna think about it. There's no escaping it, no matter what you do. Every day, while you lie awake at night, all you'll be able to do is think of Sony. Always.
I'm good. I think I'll not do that thing. So yeah, don't bother getting. Like if you've never played Fortnite on PS4, don't bother, because they're going to affect your account, and you're just going to be like, oh well, fuck me for trying anything. So
no, thank you.
Exactly. So let's move on to the last story of the show. In positive loot box based news, well, sort of positive. It's the start of something. Valve have disabled trading of items in CSGO and Dota 2 in the Netherlands, very specifically, due to legislation that the Netherlands accused Valve and several other companies of violating. So Valve have disabled this trading as a response to that, while they try and work with the authorities in the Netherlands to work out some sort of compromise, or just see where they go going forward in the future. Ha ha.
It's both a positive and a negative.
I know it's a bit odd.
It's very short-sighted. Valve, at least in the Netherlands, specifically in the Netherlands, are reconsidering their whole loot box thing. That's fine. I agree. However, disabling a player's ability to trade their items on the marketplace, at least until they resolve all this, not a good idea. It's, people are not going to be happy. I mean, I know of some people here in the States, they earn a high-cost skin.
Yeah, they make a
in
living
game, for example.
over it.
Exactly.
Which is a bit weird to me.
It's weird, but it works. I mean, why the hell not? And so, for some people, I mean, I'm not sure how prevalent this is in the Netherlands, frankly, but for some people, potentially cutting off the way they make their money.
I mean, the thing is, regardless of any sort of thing you try and regulate or cut off, there's gonna be some people who are affected by it. And I think the fact is, the the use of these skins for gambling is very prevalent. We're not arguing that in any way.
No, of course not.
And that is an issue that needs addressing.
See, here's where I think that this whole disabling the trading thing is short-sighted. Allow me to read an excerpt from how Valve responded to the Dutch authority regarding all of this, and I quote, "We still don't understand or agree with the Dutch Gaming Authority's legal conclusion, and we responded to explain more about CSGO and Dota 2. In the meantime, we have a threat," and that's what bothers me about how they responded to this. They name it as a threat rather than having to comply legally. "We have a threat from the Dutch Gaming Authority to prosecute Valve if we don't implement a remedy by June 20th. So for now, our only quote-unquote practical alternative is to disable trading and Steam Marketplace transfers from CSGO and Dota 2 items for Dutch customers." It's not a threat. They have to just comply with the law. I don't care where you're from. If you're dealing businesses in other countries, you have to abide by their laws. So I feel like this is their...
They're throwing their toys out the pram a little bit.
Exactly. It's Valve throwing a bitch fit.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Actually, I think that's a very good way of putting it. Yeah, I do and don't get where Valve are coming from with it.
Well,
I think,
of course.
You know.
I understand it's a business, and a business needs to make money, but just disabling an entire feature for the sake of quote-unquote complying with the law. I mean, they're not complying. They're just saying, oh, well, we can't do this, fine. Nobody in the country gets it.
Yeah,
not a good solution.
Easy ways to alter it. I mean, they tried to alter it in general when they put in the sort of the limit on trade. Like, if you get the thing, you can't trade it within a certain amount of time. I don't know. I think just the way that these things are done does need to be better regulated at this point because of the way that these things are being exploited.
Yes, of course. I mean, this whole issue, unfortunately, is because of loot boxes. It's always been because of loot boxes. And now that governments... Yes, exactly. And so now that governments, like actual legal systems, are doing something about this, the companies are panicking. And in some cases, at least Valve's case, not much of panicking, more of, oh, well, you're going to do this, then I'll do that. It's not a good way of conducting a business. It's rather childish, really.
Yeah, a little bit. Unfortunately, we're not in a position where we can tell them what to do.
I mean, we can, though. All we need to do is influence our authority and, count. I mean, with your beard and my voice, we could easily take over the world. Just saying.
I mean, you're not wrong. But I feel like the influence we would have on Valve is a bit limited.
I suppose. I mean, my voice can only get us so far, and your beard and British snark could get us further, but I agree.
I mean, the problem is we're coming from a channel that has 207 subscribers at the time of recording. So, if Jim Sterling and Total Biscuit, that's a combined total of about 3 million subscribers, can't influence Valve to do sensible things, I very, very much doubt that we'll be able to do it, regardless of your voice and my beard.
You just have to believe, Count. You have to believe. Moving on.
Yeah, this isn't High School Musical. You can't just say it's gonna be alright and it'll be alright.
But Count, we're all in this together.
No, we're not.
No, I'm not gonna start singing.
Good. Anyway. So yeah. Anyway, this whole situation, while it's leading to a good thing, hopefully, fingers crossed, what Valve have done in response is petulant and annoying. So
what's your catchphrase? So Valve are pieces of shit, aren't they?
I mean, we already knew that. You know.
Yeah,
Let's
but
be honest.
I wanted to
The way they're
say it.
handling, the way they handle Steam is just, you know.
Yeah, I
disgusting.
know, but I just wanted to steal your catchphrase for a bit. It sounds so nice.
Okay, so with my catchphrase stolen, then I think that might be a very good time to wrap up the show.
Indubitably.
So that's the end of another episode of the GameCast NewsCast. A bit shorter than I was expecting this week, but you know, that's just what happens sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. But I very much hope you enjoyed the game. Man,
I mean,
it's been
you
a-
know,
been a
let's
long
be honest,
day.
all of this is a big game.
Yeah, life is a great. What is it? Sherlock Holmes thing? It's like, this is the great game, whatever.
Something like that. I think of it more as a really badly told joke.
Yeah, just like my life. What?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
So yes. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please feel free to like, subscribe, share to the channel, whatever you fancy. And stay tuned to Gamecast for news, reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts, hopefully more of Vox's voice. You know, gonna try and ease you back into just doing a video every so often. Hint, hint.
Oh dear.
And what I'd love you to do at some point is I'm planning a Dungeons and Dragons based series where I'm going to be the dungeon master and we're going to play some D&D. So I think you need to get in on that.
It sounds like fun. If you allow me to read your lines, I'll do it. I'd gladly do it.
I mean, that would very much negate the point of me being the dungeon master there, wouldn't it?
I know, but come on. Think of how epic your voice, your commands would sound in my voice. After
Maybe
all,
we
I'm
can have
nothing
you-
more than...
Well,
I was gonna say, after all, I'm nothing more than Gamecast's puppet anyway. What? I didn't say that.
if that were true, you'd show up more often.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, my heart.
Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. That has been Vox. I have been Snowy. And hopefully, Max will be with us in a couple of days for a nice E3 grilling. So look forward to that. And see you next time.
Thank you all so much for watching. Who's Max again?
Who's that guy?
Catch you all next time, ladies and gentlemen.